start packing because I'm leaving.
Okay.
And they all ganged up on me and wouldn't let me take my things and leave.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Hot, coming at you with another bang. Welcome to Hot Travels. Alright, you saw the intro. This is crazy. So, this story is just filled with red flags. So, I'm just going to jump right into it. Alright? It's not a long story. Well, it is, but I'm going to condense it for you, okay? And then we're going to review it. So, this dude has a high school friend who he's been friends with forever, moved to the Philippines, and he retired, and he kept telling him how great it is over here. The women are beautiful, the scenery is beautiful, the food is beautiful, everything's beautiful, it's great. You need to come out here and retire. So he's like, you know what? All right, I fucks with you. I'm gonna go out there and retire. So he figures before he do that, since his friend already has a girl over here, he wants a girl over here. So he starts, browsing dating sites or whatever, and found a girl online. And, she seems great, a 34-year-old girl. And he tells his friend about it. His friend is like, oh, I'm so happy for you. So he says, look, I want you to go talk to her. Check her out for me. So his friend goes and talks to her, comes back and says, yeah, she's legit. Yeah, go for it. He's like, okay. So he talks to her a little bit more. And then he says that 3 months, he flies out to the Philippines to meet her, and things click. So he decides, okay, yeah, I'm going to stay with her. So he's like, okay, I don't know anything about your country, really. So, where can I stay? So she finds a condo for him for around $600 a month, and he's renting it. They living good. So 1-bedroom condo. And after a few months of, going out and stuff like that with her, they wind up walking past a 2-bedroom house, and he's like, what the hell? This 2-bedroom house is half the price of the condo I'm staying in. So he says, okay, you know what? Let's switch to this house. So she's like, yeah, that's a good idea. So he signs the paperwork, everything, switches to the house, and then boom, day one of moving in, 12 of her relatives are moving in with her. He's like, what's going on here? So there's 6 kids, her brother, uncle, mother and father, a few other people, and then they explained to him that all those kids are amongst the adults that's moving in. And he goes, okay. So they take up the living room, the extra bedroom. He's in the master bedroom with his girl or whatever. And, he turns to her and he's like, I want to marry you. He said, before that, let's get a bigger house. So he finds a bigger house, 4-bedroom house, so that everyone can have a room and live it up or whatever. So they get the bigger house and he marries her. Fast forward a year after he get married, the brother that moved in, his girl, they separated. So the girl tells him, look, I need to talk to you personally without everyone here. So, sends a message. She don't do it in front of everybody. So he goes to meet her, and she tells him straight up, look, those kids ain't yours. I mean, those kids ain't theirs. They're not my brothers. They're not the other family. Those kids are your wife's kids. He says, excuse me? Yeah, those are your wife's kids. They lied to you. They told me not to tell you, but, fuck it. So he's like, oh, hell no. So he goes back to the house, crazy mad, Super Saiyan mode. Proceeds to start packing the stuff. Bitch, you lied to me, da-da-da. Hell no. I'm not doing this. We out, da-da-da. So he goes to try to storm out the house. They jump him. Straight jump him. I mean, he has to fight his way out the house. And in the midst of fighting his way out the house, he couldn't bring his suitcases because he needed his hands. He needed his hands to get out of there. So he leaves the house. He goes see his friend. After a few hours telling his friends what went down, his friend's like, "Whoa, that's crazy! I can't believe it." He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna try to go back in and get my stuff." So he goes back, and a lot of people is not there. So he goes to the room and try to get his stuff. Everything's gone. His passport is gone. His laptop is gone. Everything's gone. Clothes is gone. He's like, what's going on here? He said the only thing that was left was his motorbike, and probably because he had the key. So he gets a message from her saying, if you want your stuff back, you got to give us 50,000 pesos, which is roughly about $900, all your jewelry, and yeah, we want your motorbike. He's like, what the hell, this fucking bitch? He's cursing around and all that. So he's trying to figure out what the hell he's going to do. So they came up with a game plan. He said, all right, bet. When I give you the call, you pull around with your trike, and we out. He's like, okay. So he gives her a call. He's like, you know what? I overreacted. We're married. You know, we need to work this out, blah, blah, blah. So goes back to the house, you know, smooths it over with her, all that mushy stuff. And a few days later, he says, everything gets magically returned. And once everything's in his room, and he said he always stays in his room by himself anyway, which is, I can understand, because I always stay in my side of the house all the time too. Every time I leave is when I'm actually going somewhere. I don't just go sit outside just to sit outside. Like if I'm going somewhere, I'm out. Then I'm out, you know. If I'm here, I'm here. So I understand that. So he always stays in his room. So it's okay, cool. So once everyone went back downstairs, because it's a 2-level house, he calls her in. It's go time. It is go time. So his friend rolls up with the trike at his window. He said he chucked his suitcases out the window and he ran downstairs and ran to the house, jumped in the trike, and they rode off. So he got an angry call, like, you son of a bitch, you need to come back or I'm gonna call the cops, So he got worried and he was like, damn, you gonna call the cops on me? He was worried that, they'll try to make up a story and get him arrested. So he called the lawyer. The lawyer said, oh, yeah, I got some good news for you. So here in the Philippines, when you get married, you got to get the license certified, right? Certificate. So he never got that done. So his marriage was non and void. He's not legally married, which is great news. So the fact that he's not legally married, he don't have to have no more contact with her. He already got all his stuff. He can just either fly in a plane, go somewhere else, or just not talk to her anymore. You don't need to contact her anymore. So, which is great because there's no divorce here in the Philippines. But because he's an American, he'll have to fly back to America, file for a divorce, get a divorce in America, then fly back with the divorce paperwork, file it with the country, let them know that he's divorced with her and they're not together. That's how you get divorced over here if you're from another country. You have to go back to your country and do it and then come back, which is very expensive because just flying back to America, round trip ticket, period, to America alone is about $1,500. So, and that's not even counting the cost of the lawyer, the court fees, you know what I'm saying? Place to stay while you're in America, because you probably, like if you're like me, you gave up everything. So either you're going to stay with family or you're going to have to rent an Airbnb, Okay, so that's his story. Oh, by the way, he's still here in the Philippines. He's still happy with the Philippines. He didn't let that situation ruin him. Okay, let's go over the story now. All right, so many red flags. One, he didn't question her good enough online. I mean, we can go back even further than that. I'm an advocate of dating a Filipina that's 19 and older. Like, I always say on this channel, if you get a Filipina that's over 25, she's going to have a kid or two. She was 34 and she had 6 kids. Okay? So I always tell you, if you want a Filipina that's up there in age, just know she's going to come with some kids. And this is kind of a common thing I heard here and in Thailand. A lot of women, what they do is they'll send their kid to live with family members and they'll say, oh, I have no kid. So this is not nothing new. This is not really a scam. It's just something they do to save face. So if they have a kid by a local or whatever, and he'll wind up leaving because that's a trade here and in Thailand. There's a word, the name for it. I can't think of it. So to not make the girl be shamed, they'll have her live off with a family somewhere, give birth over there, and then the baby will stay there and be raised by another family member. And then she'll come back, and nobody will know she was pregnant because it's not good to have a kid out of wedlock, So, all right. With that said, I always say 19 and older. Okay, I mean, if you want to push it, maybe 21, but yeah, if you don't want her to have kids, you have to go younger. That's just the way it is. I mean, you can't even blame the Philippines. Look at America. There's freaking girls over in America having kids at 14. I mean, come on. This seems to be the way of the world, all right? So don't even come at other countries for that. That's going down to Funky Town in America too, all right? But at least the province where I'm at, you know, they don't allow that. You know, do the best that they can anyway. The parents try to keep their women pure until they married, you know. So that's why I always say, you know, if you looking for that, hit me up. Your boy got you. Hit me on Instagram or email me or whatever. So that's the first red flag. All right. Second red flag is he sends his friend over there to have a conversation with her. Boy, you went and talked to only her. Like when I check, like if you hit me up and say, okay, I want a Filipino over here, we don't talk to her. We talk to the neighbors, surrounding families, friends of friends of friends. Find out she's dating someone in school. She's dating someone at work. Is anyone come see her? Does she sneak off at night? Like we do diligent. We do, you know, research over here. He just went and talked to her. That's the same as him talking to her. Like whatever story she told homeboy in America, she's gonna tell homeboy here face to face in the Philippines. Like, you kind of green flag was that for him? Like that was another red flag. But the major one was when he got here and got the first house, and 12 of the members moved in. What? This is crazy. And I know you're like, hot, you gotta be exaggerating. That can't be the story, blah, blah, blah. Look, I didn't play the video for you because the last time I played a story video like that, yo, I got hit hard, okay? Like, I got a strike on my channel. Video got taken down, the whole 9. So, I have the link to the original video in the comment section, in the description below. Feel free to go and hear directly from the man himself. Word from word, everything I'm telling you, all right? All right, so with that said, yeah, that was the major red flag. I go get the house and 12 family members show up, and I'm like, they here to help her move in. And then I see that they have their own bags. Whoa, what's going on here? Oh, they moving in. No, the hell they're not. This is a 2-bedroom. What are you doing? And I thought I was a nice guy because I'm like, okay, the parents will move in. Sure, I'm fine with that. 2-bedroom. Okay, yeah. What is 2-level house? Okay, sure. But what? The whole neighborhood? Nah, what? You doing too much. Nah, I would have been, this is over with. Then he proceeds to get a bigger house. Then he proceeds to marry her even still. And oh yeah, by the way, he said he spent over 1 million pesos in that year that he's here, which is roughly about 20,000 American dollars, which maybe some of y'all might be like, that's not a lot. Some of you might be saying that's a lot. And some of you that's saying that's a lot, that is a lot. Because 1 million pesos over here is almost like having $1 million in America, okay? So he was just whatever they want. And he said in the video, they didn't help with nothing. No bill, no food bill, nothing. He was just flipping the bill for everything. He was their ATM. So this is why I tell you, it's very important to ask the right questions, do your research, do your due diligence, because you don't want to fall into this kind of situation, this kind of trap. Like, my man had to fight his way out the house. That's bananas, B. Wow. Like, they was really going to hold him prisoner. Like, nah. So, I hope y'all learned something from this story, you know. And thanks for sitting down, listening to this with me. If you haven't by now, you should have. But, you know, you might have forgot. I understand. Like the video, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you know the next time I upload a video, you don't miss it. And share. And with that, hot out. Deuces.